Hello Magento developers! Probably you found yourself in a situation when you needed to change some core functionality of Magento or install an extension and found out that there is some small little thing that you need to change. Magento 2 offers a few possibilities how we can change this core behavior. Of course, it is a bad idea to edit the core files or the external files directly, as you would lose your changes with every upgrade, or what is even worse, you could possibly break the whole system and the Magento would stop functioning. In Magento 1 we knew class rewrite system, which was quite a problem when more extensions tried to rewrite the same class, or we could also use event observers. These two concepts are also present in Magento 2. Beside them, there is a new concept which is called Magento plugin system, which is a very flexible way how we can change the core behavior. It is one of my favorite features in Magento 2. What it really does is that it lets you listen to any public method in any class throughout the whole system and change the content of the observed method. It probably sounds more difficult than it actually is, but I will show you that there is really nothing to be afraid of. I will demonstrate this feature on Hello World module that we built some time ago, and we will change the text that appear on the page. At first, let's look at what we have in this module. The important files are the template files, which is only simple HTML and call of block say goodbye method, and this is the block file where we'll add some more methods, and later we'll write a plugin that will listen to these methods. So let's get started. First, let's define a method which will output a message in the template. So it will be called public function getMessage. And it will simply return a value. Plugin system is a really cool feature. Then in the template we just replace this function with getMessage. So far nothing new for you. Okay, one more thing. You see that the text didn't change. It's because the whole page is cached, and we should go to our admin section. You can either clear the cache via command line every time that you do some change in your template file, or we can log into admin, and here we can disable full page cache and also HTML block cache. So let's go to stores, actually system, cache management, and here we'll tick blocks HTML output and page cache, and here we'll choose disable and submit. So these two cache types are disabled now. Refresh the browser and our message is here. Okay, this is not really a function where I can demonstrate all the features, but let's make it more fun. So add two more functions. One will be called header with a parameter subtitle. It will default to an empty string. First, let's define a title variable with listen what I have to say. Then we'll add a line break, and if we have something in the subtitle parameter, we'll add it to title, and we'll also add a line break, and return title wrapped in strong HTML element. And I think we can add one more line break here to divide it from the message. Let's also define a footer function with second line parameter, which will also default to an empty string. First, let's define output variable where we'll have end of message. Also, let's add line break before to divide it, to separate it from the message. And if we have something in the second line, we'll add it to output. So again, line break and second line, and also return this output wrapped in a strong HTML element. Then we'll change the body of getMessage method. Again, we'll define the output variable, which we'll first call header. Then we'll add the actual message, which will be hard-coded. And we'll also add a footer, this footer, and return the value. We need to have some way to change the parameters, so we can define subtitle, which will default to empty string, and also second line also defaults to empty string. And here we can call the subtitle, and here second line. With this change, refresh the browser. We have the header here, the actual message here, and the footer here, and I can add some line break before the footer, before the end of message. And also let's add some parameters. Header parameter will be this is a very important message, and footer parameter will be just shut down. Okay, now this is the whole message with header and footer, and I will show you how we can plug into these methods and actually change what is output in the browser. The real power of this plugin system is that there might be more extension developers trying to change the same methods, and with this plugin system it is possible. So first let's define the plugin class. I will add it inside a new directory called plugin. I want to mention that you are free to choose the directory and also the class names for the plugins. This is just the way I do it. So the subdirectory will be called block, and I will add another subdirectory page and the plugin actual file called message, because we will listen to message functions. We need to add the namespace, as with every class. This will be pbritka plugin block page. That's all. Class name will be message. And this is all for now. To register the plugin, we need to define a .di XML file, which in this case can go under front-end directory, because I want this plugin to listen only in front-end. Let's find some sample .di XML. As always, let's choose catalog directory, front-end .di XML. Let's copy this definition inside our .di XML. The important node is type with the attribute name. The value will be the actual class that we want to plug in, so it will be this class, pbritka hello world block page index, pbritka hello world block page index. The child node is called plugin with name, which is a unique value across all Magento plugins. So we can write pbritka hello world message, for example, and type will be the actual plugin class, which is inside pbritka hello world plugin block page message. Then I usually add another attribute called sort order, which I'll explain in some later video. For now, I'll add number 10. Number 10 is a good number because it lets other developers to choose either lower or a higher number if they want to listen to the same class. Alright, let's say that I want to change this line right here. This comes from the parameter, from this subtitle, and if you want to change the parameters of the observed methods, which is header in this case, you use before plugin. Before plugin is used as a public function. The name of the function consists of the word before and the name of the observed method, header in this case. First argument is subject, which is the actual observed class, and all other arguments are the parameters which are present in the original function. In this case, we have only subtitle, which defaults to an empty string. Here we can change the parameters. So in subtitle, we can add a new string. Very important message. And we have to return an array with all the parameters except for the subject, so subtitle and so on. If we don't return the parameters, they won't be changed. Let's clear the cache, because we added a new configuration file. And when the cache is cleared, let's see how it changes the messages in the browser. Okay, here we have some problem. We have problem with the namespace. Hello world. Let's try one more time. Okay, you see that a very important message string has been added to our subtitle. This is very easy. If you need to change the parameters of the observed method, just add before plugin. I will show you how we can use the subject class or the subject parameter. It is this class right here. For example, we can define a new property called allow parameter change. Let's make it true. We'll also define a getter for this property as public function get allow parameter change, and it will simply return the property. Let's go back to our plugin class and add a condition if subject get allow parameter change, then add this string to subtitle, otherwise nothing is changed. Refresh the browser. We still have the same output, but see what happens when we change this to false. This condition is not true anymore, so the message, the string shouldn't be added to the output, and it's gone. Let's change it back to true and refresh the browser one more time. And now see what happens when you don't return any value. I said the parameter won't be changed, and therefore we see only the original subtitle. So this is how it should be done. I think I will stop this video here. I explain you how to define a plugin class and how before plugins work in Magento system. If you like this video, please hit the like button or subscribe to my channel, so you'll be always informed when a new video will be added to this channel. And you can also visit my page where I write more tutorials on Magento 2, and you can also sign up to my online course. See you in the next video.